I found this vintage style wall cabinet at the thrift store for only $7. And today we are going to be transforming it into something special for our home. This piece has excellent bones, is a solid pine, and really just needs a bit of time put into it. So what I'm planning is I'm going to take the doors off, I'm going to sand it down, and then I'm going to paint it a nice green, the same green that I did my table console in. And then let me show you what I have planned for the back. So I was able to find these beadboard panels. They're wood beadboard panels, and there's nothing more English cottagey than that. So I actually did a bit of a deep dive on beadboard, well, not a super deep dive, maybe like a medium dive on the history of beadboard, and they actually started in the Victorian era. So it says around 4 centuries ago, and what the original reason was, it actually helped to keep it was like an insulator. It helped keep the heat in. So the first thing is that I'm going to tie my hair back, because the last thing I need is to get my hair caught in a power tool, because that is very much not the aesthetic of this channel. But yes, it is safety first, at least Amy's safety. Just get the hair out of the way and do everything unsafely with the power tools. Don't do as I say. No, do as I say, not as I do. Whoa, okay. I think it's already like 100 times better. What do you think? Okay, so new day, new outfit. I've got a new sanding pad because yesterday's sanding pad was not working. It looks just a little too dirty. And then I got some, I believe, 220 grit sandpaper. So let's attack this so that we can get this thing going. Let's take the back off. Really easy. Piece, I'm gonna have to rip it to fit, but you see where it's going here? Ah, it's so nice. I like it. Very cottage core. I was getting so excited about painting and all of this progress, and I forgot that I have to fill the holes where the hinges used to be. So I'm gonna do that first, and then I think we're gonna come back tomorrow and get back to the rest of it. So let's do that. Can anyone out there tell me if my tulips are dead? These were just starting to sprout in the garage, and the weather here is just like, It was almost spring-like the other day, and then now it's winter, and now my tulips are going. Does anyone out there, any gardeners, know if these are done or are they just frozen? I'm assuming that because they've been in the garage, they don't have very much resilience, but that's really sad. As a fun fact, I bought those bulbs in the UK, and I sent them to myself because I didn't know if I could bring them on the plane. So it's super cold in the garage today. I'm going to sand the wood filler that I put in the last time I was in the garage, which was not yesterday. And then I'm going to probably take it downstairs into the basement where I can paint, and the paint will actually dry and it won't be freezing. All right, so let's sand. We're gonna rip down one of these pieces so that the back fits on, and then we'll take it downstairs. So let's go as quick as we can. Alright, so let's leave this for now, and let's experiment with the whitewash and the stain on the pine with a test piece, not with the actual back. What I understand a whitewash to be, it is essentially watered down light paint. I have this fusion mineral paint that is called raw silk. It's kind of like a warm white, and I have my cup of water and it's up at around here. But so I'm gonna put in, let's say, probably about that. It's like a very liquidy paint. And let's try it on our test piece. I know you can kind of see it's a bit white, but I don't know if I'm going to use this. I think I'm going to try a rag. Let's try that. So it pushes into the pores of the wood a bit better. I also am wondering if I should have sanded this first, because it's not. Let's see if this. feel like it's just making the wood white, which I guess is what, I think I might need to add a bit more. Let's try this. Let's try this. So I've painted it. So it's a very watered down version of the paint. But then I'm gonna wipe it down and see what happens. Okay, that is I think what you should do better. So I think I may have put too much water to paint in the ratio, but that looks a lot more like what we want. So I don't know if you can see the difference here. So this is the, can you see the difference? And on camera it doesn't look very much, but this is the one that I just whitewashed, and then this is the plain one. It's very subtle, but I can definitely see it. I'm gonna try this one more time. And again, like, I'm not an expert. I'm just doing this with you guys. Okay. Now let's wipe this again. There we go. That's the whitewash effect here. Interesting. That's very cool. Basically, it just took out the orange of the pine. Can you see that? I feel like that's a bit more obvious. I can tell on camera. So usually you're supposed to wait a bit longer for this to dry. I'm just gonna go in with the stain because I'm very, very curious, and it's just a test piece because I just want to see what is going on with that. So right here we've got special walnut. And then I'm gonna actually try a second stain, and I'm gonna go get it over here. So really what I wanna see is if I can avoid the pine turning orange, or I can also avoid it turning like a stark, dark color, or even just whatever I stain it eventually turning orange. So it suddenly smells like a lot of stain. Stinky. Okay, so I'm just going to, that's good enough. Okay, so I have just the slightest, I'm going to, honestly, that is like exactly what I want. See how it's more brown and not orange? Let's see what it would look like without the whitewash. Yeah, that's that's quite the difference. And I'm wondering if this is so washed out. I wonder if it has anything to do with it still being super wet. So this is the whitewash, obviously, and then this is just the plain wood with the stain. And that is special walnut. Oh, that's so nice. You see the green contrasting with the whitewashed stain? Oh, that's so nice. What do you choose? The darker stain, or the lighter stain? And then you can see them side by side. I really like this. All right, I've never talked about stains so much in my life. So I'm going to go get the beadboard and I'm gonna whitewash, and I'm actually gonna try to let this one dry and then I will stain it.
Would you hold me if I told you we can just run away? So come, my darling, let me help you. We can follow the sun and leave the rain for somebody else. Let's help ourselves, leave our troubles on the shelf. Don't you worry, we're gonna find all we need in our sunset paradise. All the sidewalks.
Let's start nailing it. I don't have like a brad nailer or airless gun or any of that kind of stuff, so I am going to use a good old hammer and nails, and there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Lead the way for somebody else to help themselves, leave their trouble